All right, Megan, we are recording. Good to see you live from downtown Selwood. This is our favorite neighbor, Megan. She and Ken often come to the roller derby and help us out with various things and are always on time and always show up to help us. So I often call her our favorite neighbor. Megan has a couple of pre-recorded videos that she's going to put up on our YouTube channel, as well as show us a couple things right now live, just concerning basic self-defense. Megan, tell us a little bit more.
I am a self-defense instructor. I've been practicing Crav Maga for like 6-7 years now, teaching for several years. I've been teaching adults and kids. 8? Is it 8 years? Oh my goodness. Here's over to the side. What you don't see is Ken, who is also a self-defense instructor, reminding me that I've been practicing for 8 years. It goes by really fast, guys. Okay, so the first 2 videos I kind of put together while I wasn't sure if I was recording or not were a little bit talking about self-defense in Oregon and Washington, what's legal and what might not be legal. And then I went over stance and movement. So you have a nice stance to defend yourself from. So you're stable, you're comfortable, and you can actually do a variety of strikes and self-defenses. The second video covered a front kick to the groin, which is awesome. I think for this video, what we're going to do is a really versatile strike called Hammerfist. Shall we? All right, guys. This is our first technique today. This is called a Hammerfist forward. All right, Hammerfist. So this is an upper body strike. It's mid-range strike. For this strike, I always want to be in my stance, my fighting stance here. Hands up, protecting my face. To do this strike, I'm going to wind up, knuckle to eyebrow. As I twist my hips and shoulders, that hand is going to go out and down from the side, out and down here. Notice I have a nice angle here in my elbow, nice strong structure. As far as targets go, I'm thinking about anywhere eyebrows to chin on his face. I could be looking at chest. If I'm off to the side, I could be going for neck, ear, temple. If you are a kid and you're in a bullying scenario, you don't necessarily want to injure the other person. That can really go badly for you, unfortunately, when it comes to discipline at school. In that case, you want to think of arm areas. So chest, shoulders. If you get around them, you might even go for back. But you want to avoid face and other areas that get hurt more easily. When I'm striking, I have my hands nice tight fist. So if you've never made a proper fist before, bring your knuckles down one time, squeeze tight, all the way down, thumbs go in front. When you do this, you're going to be able to feel this pinky side portion harden up. And this is going to be your striking surface for the hammer fist. This is really durable. I can use this on a lot of really hard surfaces. Even if his head came down, I can hit him on the head without hurting my hand. Every time you strike, you're going to be recoiling back, so you keep a nice fighting stance here, protect your face, and be ready to strike more. Okay. Thanks, Ken. All right, so this one is really kind of weird to practice on your own, so be patient with yourself. I'm in my fighting stance. First thing I'm going to do is just practice the arm movement. So I'm isolating my shoulder and body from my arm movement here. Arm movement on this, it's almost like just knocking on a door. Bringing your knuckle back towards your eyebrow, your elbow flared out, and striking in and down. Just practice this on your own a few times. Make sure that you're recoiling back to your face, not striking in and down where you leave your face open. This is bad. This is good. Once you've got that a few times, you can start working on that body motion. So we're keeping our hands on our shoulders, just working on the body motion here. I'm thinking about pushing off of this back leg, this rear leg, and really pushing my weight through as I twist my hips and shoulders. If you have a mirror, think about trying to bring that shoulder all the way to the front, exaggerating it a little bit, just so you can get used to that feeling. Once you're ready, bring these two motions together. Start slow. Twist those hips and shoulders as you throw that strike out. Trying to make sure that my shoulders stay over my hips so I'm not putting myself off balance. Always recoiling. If you have a partner to practice with, that's awesome. Ken is going to use a pair of pillows here. Most people don't have striking pads like the one my cat is now sitting on. So if you can, grab a couple pillows, maybe a rolled up sleeping bag, something that you can knock around a little bit. Start slow, start gentle. This is very squishy. It's not meant to be hit. It's not meant to be held while someone hits it. But Ken's holding it nice and tight to his chest. Notice he's got his hands at the corners. And he's also got his chin tucked away. He's keeping his face away from my strikes. So I can start practicing a little slow, a little soft. I can check in with him every couple of strikes, see how it's going. Ken, can I go harder?
Good. Yes.
Okay, he says yes. Can I go a little harder from there?
Yes.
Now if he says no, I'm going to back off because I'm a nice person. Be nice to your partner. You're going to be the one holding the pads next. I recommend for exercising, try to go 30 seconds to a minute. Throw 4 or 5 strikes at a time. You can also add some movement into this. When I step off line, my partner is going to reset, face forward to me. Now, once you're starting to get the feeling of how to do this, you can do some longer drills. A really good one is to try to go 30 seconds full on these pads. Again, this is your friend or your spouse or maybe even your kid. So start slow. See if you can go fast but light, So you could go for 30 seconds. Just keep going, keep pounding pad. Keep twisting, keep that body moving. And in about 30 seconds, 60 seconds, puff it out, and then change groups. If you want a little bit more exercise from there, you can switch your stance. Just switch one foot for the other. Same thing. It really doesn't matter in Hammerfist which strike is going forward. Your lead hand, basically whatever hand, same side as the leg in front, it's always going to be a little bit quicker. But in this case, we're just going back and forth. This is more or less for exercise, so we're not going to get too much into those semantics. All right. Thanks, Ken. Last thing I'm going to demo for this is what to do if you have no one with you. So you can see I have a pretty small apartment here, not a lot of stuff. I do have a couch. I do have some spare pillows. One thing I can do is pile up some pillows on my couch. I can kneel in front of my couch, and I can basically just wail on these pillows. Think about your knees. If you need to put them on your knees, please do so. But from here, all I'm doing is still twisting those hips and shoulders as I throw that strike out. So it might look like this. Is it elegant? No. Is it an exercise? Yes, more or less. Another option, throw a couple pillows on the ground. In Crav Maga, we call this ground and pound. So we normally have a pad. But basically, you pin the pillows or the pad between your knees. And instead of striking straight out, you're pretending your attacker is on the ground, and you're bringing those Hammerfist all the way down. You can go 30 seconds, 60 seconds, hard and fast as you can. I pretty much guarantee you 30 seconds, you're going to be out of breath. Some nice core action here. You'll be ready to stop. All right, so guys, I hope that gives you some really good options for how to do self-defense, how to practice it at home, whether you're alone or not.
Megan, that's awesome. I love just seeing the power behind that. And the tip about how to make a fist is very useful for me because I don't even understand which part you would strike with to not hurt yourself. So specifically, you're talking about the part right above your wrist, from your wrist to the top of your pinky.
Yeah. So for Hammerfist, we're making a fist. So you want to close those fingers all the way in and then squeeze all the way down. Mm-hmm. So very important, thumb needs to be in front. Mm-hmm. If you're ever going to be punching, if your thumb is here, you'll hit with your thumb. If your thumb is here, you could catch, pull your thumb. Thumb is always in front. And this, you can actually just kind of feel that little fleshy bit on the side. I know I'm a little washed out with this light, but sorry guys. What can I do? It's soon. But basically, if you just kind of squeeze in and out with that fist, you can feel those muscles tensing up. And you can also try hitting things at home that are a little harder, like not a base, but like think about like, you know, like starting on a hardwood floor or even a concrete floor. You can start tapping on that and go harder and harder and basically see how far you can go without hurting yourself. If it starts to hurt, obviously stop, but it gives you a great idea of just how hard you could actually, like how hard of a surface you could actually hit with this and still be okay.
Right. So. Yeah, and I noticed when you're protecting your face, as you're always having one of the fists close to your face so that you're ready to block if someone's coming in at your face. But if you're shorter than your potential, if there is an actual attack situation and you're shorter than the person, would you strike up? Can you show me that?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, that's a really great question because, you know, when it comes to, you know, people who are, like, I'm pretty short, so people like me, or especially kids, because they could be a vastly different height than their attacker. This strike can still work. You might end up changing what the target area is. So if I'm dramatically shorter, I might go for the gut instead. I might even go for the groin if it's a lot more accessible to me than the chest or above. Sorry, I had to burp. Anyway, so you can strike those areas that actually might bring him down, maybe it won't, especially if you hit any gender person, no matter what is going on from the waist below. If you hit him in the groin, it's going to hurt. It doesn't matter what this person is. If you hit him in the groin, chances are they're going to come down, and you actually have a chance to go for those more delicate areas in the face versus like chest and stomach, which can be toned and built up.
Right.
Another good video to watch, I did a front kick to the groin video. So front kick to the groin, you're bringing that leg all the way through. In most cases, regardless of who this person is, it will bring them forward. So if you're a lot shorter than them, facing all the way up, so let's say he's just really tall compared to me, a short adult, I can throw that strike in. If it brings him down, his face is more accessible to me now. So those are some options. I mean, Hammerfist is really versatile. You can use it on pretty much any body part, whatever's available to you. You can use it when they're on the ground, when you're on the ground, when you're kneeling, when you're standing, pretty much any time. So it's one of my favorite strikes for that reason.
I'm totally going to practice that with my kiddo.
Awesome.
And what I'm going to do is put the two pre-recorded videos where you showed the other techniques on the back end of this one, so this can be our intro.
Great.
I will post everything to our YouTube channel for people to see.
Awesome. So everybody watching this video, I'd say go watch the stance and movement one first, so you can work on your fighting stance. That's really critical to getting good strikes.
Cool. Very cool. Thanks so much, Megan.
All right. Thank you. Hopefully see you guys again soon.
Bye.